A very good afternoon to you on this Saturday afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick McKee in the WFXR Plus studio as we are taking you through our winter weather that is continuing across the region for us this afternoon. Let me start you off here. I'm going to give you kind of a tower cam tour across the region. Hunting Hills Family Dentistry view from the zoo. We see the white down below. Some of that new from what we saw from last time. Probably looking another inch and a half or so across the region this afternoon, at least into the Roanoke Valley. More to the South Valley, less to the north. This is from North County, looking at 581. 581 actually looking okay. Roads are wet for us, so anything that's fallen down, some heating of the road that we've seen from the sunshine this week is actually helping to melt some of that away. Plus, road crews are out there doing their thing. He's kind of helping the situation out for us, at least for now. What I'm hoping is the winds are going to be picking up for us. They already are starting to, but that wind is hopefully going to help to dry things off for us, especially as we go through the afternoon, maybe try to get some slightly drier air coming in here. If we can get some of this dried off the road with the wind, that's going to make things a lot better as we head into tonight. If not, could be rather slick as we get into tomorrow morning. Live look for you into Buchanan at this hour, where we are seeing, there's the breezy conditions for sure. We did have that one little path created earlier there at the farm from the looking at the Shedding Your Story camera there in Buchanan, but it looks like it is snowed back over, so definitely have seen the snow come in and cover things over yet again, which makes things a little tricky, especially as you're driving. If you know where the icy areas are to avoid, that's a good thing. But if you're driving over an area and your snow's covering some ice, it's just going to make it that much more slick as you're driving. Take you to Bedford County. Things look fairly calm for us right now. Not seeing any snow floating in the sky, at least a little bit new there on the ground. As you go eastward, a little bit more dry air. And then up into the clouds as we go up on Poor Mountain. Certainly the breeze is starting to pick up for us there, and I think only to continue as we head into tonight, especially as we get into the day for tomorrow. We still got our winter weather advisory in place for us for the counties in purple. That's going to be for Craig, Roanoke, Bedford, over to Campbell and Appomattox, northward up into Botetourt and Amherst counties, City of Lynchburg, City of Roanoke, City of Salem included in this. And then we go southward down to the North Carolina border. That's where our winter storm warnings are in effect for us as we head through the remainder of the day for additional snowfall that's expected to come in. All right, let me move ahead here. Come on, computer. There we go. All right, here's a loop of the radar for us at this hour, what we are seeing. And I'm going to have to switch modes because I didn't do something right when I loaded it in there. So let me just switch modes over here to the radar, where we're still seeing these bright blue bands across Franklin County down into Patrick Henry, Pennsylvania. That's where we got the decent snow showers coming in at this hour. In fact, I like to turn off the coloring here, just kind of go back to the plain radar for a second, so you can kind of see the intensities across, say, Rocky Mount. Really, Martinsville back to near Stewart and Point southwards, where the heaviest of it is, where we've got those brighter greens showing up right in through there, kind of where the biggest of the snow is occurring for us at this hour. So certainly watching that across southern portions of the region this afternoon. Still decent in these green areas just to the north, not quite as heavy, and even a little speck there into Montgomery County, where we're seeing the snow coming down at a pretty decent clip for us. Let me put this in motion for you. I'll show you the movement. It's trying to come northward. Here's the problem. There's a lot of dry air to the north that's trying to push its way down, and that's kind of being the limiting factor on just how far north things are getting. Let me see if I can pop up dew points here for us and come back to this, and I'll kind of show you this dry air that's in place. We've got dew points sitting at 14. That's pretty close to temperature. 11 in Roanoke, but only 6 in Lynchburg. There's your really dry air starting to kick into effect. Go up to the north, 3, 2, 7. So really, once you get north of, say, right about through there, it looks like dry air is winning out. So we're keeping most of the snow to our south so far this afternoon. Look at some of the dew points as we go southward toward Galax 12. We got 13 there. Charlotte Courthouse is about 6. So really we need to draw that line southward down through there, it looks like, for the dry air, because it's coming from the north and working its way southward. And that's really, it's been the limiting factor for us so far. Let me see if I can zoom this out. You got the much better humidity down to our south across the Carolinas. We've got some here, but as you go northward, you notice all these deeper reds. That's where it's really, really dry. We've got this high pressure sitting here. Sorry, my bad drawing here with a computer mouse. But that's just getting pushed in our direction. It's kind of the push and pull with moisture coming from the southeast and that dry air from the north. That's what's kind of that very fine dividing line between who's seeing something and who isn't right now. And we're going to continue to struggle with that all through the afternoon with this trying to make its way northward. But the further north you get, the less likely you are to see snow because that dry air just keeps coming in and winning out. All right, let me go back over here. All right. Oh, let me go back real fast. I did want to show you one more thing before we move on. Let me put the storm reports on here for you, and I'll show you what we've been seeing so far. We're kind of looking down into North Carolina, where some areas have got pretty decent. But just to show you, near horse pasture, as of 9:45 this morning, that was 3 inches on the ground in Henry County. There was 4 inches in Ridgeway. Over to Pennsylvania, there's 2 in the city of Danville as of 9 this morning. Halifax County, a little bit lighter, just less than 1 in South Boston. So that dry air kind of forcing its way there, kind of limiting your totals a little bit, it looks like. I think that could change as the back edge starts moving eastward and you kind of get a quick burst on the backside of the storm system. But certainly, so far those have been limited. Same thing, Lynchburg. The dry air is just kind of eating into you, but Forest, just outside of the grip of that dry air, you're sitting at an inch, half an inch in Bedford. That was as of 10:15 this morning. Laymantown, Botetourt County, we're at an inch, 2.5. Pogues Mill, 2.7. So we move into Montgomery County and Elliston. 3 inches there into Pilot, into Floyd County. So you can see where we kept the humidity, we've kept the snowfall, and where we're seeing those big accumulations. But you get just on the fringe of that, and that snow drops off ever so quickly. So really, you kind of just see that little concentration running from about Harrisburg to Roanoke, and then back around toward Danville. Kind of that little bubble there is the only real spots that we've gotten snow so far this afternoon, throughout the morning into this afternoon. All right, now let me flip back over here. Let's take a look at temperatures and wind chills, because there is a breeze, and that wind's only going to pick up for us here, I think, as we head through the afternoon, evening hours, and especially as we get into tomorrow. And it is going to definitely make it feel cold enough for any snow to stick around for us. 17 feels like 7 in Martinsville. 14 feels like 7 into Floyd. It's 20 feeling like 9 in Roanoke. 19 feels like 5 in Lynchburg. All right, so here's what I'm looking at as we head through the remainder of the afternoon, kind of still in that bubble. We get that snow, but there's a back edge you can see forming near the West Virginia line. It advances this way southeastward. By 10 tonight, this storm looks to be done and over with. For many of us, maybe the latest midnight. And then as we go through tomorrow, we're going to get sunshine back in here. But it's going to be a windy and cold day for us. We've got extreme cold warnings in place from Amherst, Bedford, Franklin, and Patrick counties to the northwest. Wind chills 15 to 25 below as we head through the day on Sunday. As we go southeasterly, cold weather advisories are in place. 5, maybe 10 below what it's going to feel like as we head into your Sunday morning. So if you have to go out, bundle up. If you can't, stay inside and away from this. We've already got church closings for Sunday. Check the list, WFXRTV.com, under the weather tab, closings and delays. Already got a number of churches who are going virtual or called off services for tomorrow. So before you head out, maybe give that a check to make sure that things are going to be held. Otherwise, stay inside and stay warm. Here's the wind advisories for us. Starting at 7 tonight, they go through 4 o'clock on your Sunday afternoon. 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, especially the mountaintops. We can see some gusts to 50. Into the valleys, I still think the potential's there for us to see gusts toward 40 miles per hour. So a windy day on top of that cold, and it is just not going to feel nice outside. All right, wind speeds currently at 9 in Roanoke, but 16 gusting to 24 in Lynchburg, 11 gusting to 18 in South Boston. We're gusting to 21 in Galax. Here's the forecast for those winds. Kind of holding steady for us this afternoon, early this evening, but they then start ramping up overnight and into the day on Sunday. And you see those gusts kind of peaking out for us as we get into tomorrow morning, early afternoon. Late afternoon into the evening, those winds really start falling off. Not going to be a huge factor for us as we head into the day on Monday, but certainly it is going to be cold for us here as we head through the day on Sunday, and that wind is just going to make it feel worse. Even after those advisories and warnings expire, we're still only going to feel like single digits as we get into the afternoon. In fact, let me just show you what I'm thinking right now. By 10 tonight, single digits to below zero, what it feels like, especially into the highlands and the New River Valley. As we advance ahead, and I'll show you what things are looking like. This is 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. Lynchburg, it'll feel like zero. Everybody else, it's below zero. Floyd, 21 below is what it's going to feel like. Same thing for Galax, 20 below Lewisburg, 15 below in Hot Springs. Even into the metro area for Roanoke, it's going to feel like 6 below for us at 7 a.m. Temperatures, they're going to be down into the lower teens for actual temperatures, so knock 15 to 20 off of that, and that's what it's going to feel like as we head into tomorrow morning. Head toward lunchtime. The winds are still going to be with us. Temperatures do rebound at least a little bit for us. Minus 12 in Bluefield to a warm 16 in Lynchburg is what we're going to have for the noon hour. Feeling like 8 in Roanoke, still 5 below in Blacksburg, 7 below in Floyd. And then as we go through the afternoon, those winds start backing down a little bit. We'll gain a couple more degrees, but still brutally cold. Feeling like 5 below in Floyd, 3 below Blacksburg, and 2 below in Whitfield. So Allegheny Highlands, New River Valley, it's going to feel like it is below zero all throughout the day for us on Sunday. Starting to improve as we get into Sunday night, but Sunday night into Monday is going to be a cold day. The good news is by Monday afternoon, it looks like things are going to start warming back up for us again, and those temperatures are going to start popping back up as we head into much of next week. I see most days next week where we see temperatures actually getting above 32 degrees, so maybe finally some melting. I don't know about you. I've got a parking spot that didn't get shoveled during the last one when we had the sleet weighing everything down. Now it's a solid sheet of ice that's about 5 inches thick and not going anywhere until we actually can get some sunshine on that thing. So hopefully we're going to be able to get some melting going on as we head into this upcoming week. If you have any pictures, please submit them to us. Go to our website, WFXRTV.com. Click on the Report It tab and let us know what you're seeing. We'll be sharing some of those as we go throughout the day here on WFXR Plus and on air at WFXR when we join you coming up tonight, first at 10 or after the basketball game, whichever occurs first. I will leave you for right now. I'll be back with you again coming up at the top of the hour at 3 o'clock with another update on these winter weather conditions.